Hello and welcome to today's Web News, where we'll be taking a look at some of the stories making the online headlines. Coming up on today's show, volunteers monitoring the local elections in Turkey. Lebanese web users speak out against racism towards Syrian refugees. And 150 mousetraps set off and filmed in slow motion. Sunday saw crucial local elections for Turkey and the government of Prime Minister Recep Tayyip Erdogan. Elections held against a backdrop of corruption scandals that have destabilised the authorities and fuelled fears of electoral fraud. Tens of thousands of activists in Turkey, well aware of the stakes at play, took steps to ensure the elections will run fairly. The Oy ve Ötesi group, set up by activists from the Gezi Park protest movement that rocked Turkey last year, says it recruited 30,000 volunteers via social networks to monitor polling stations in Istanbul. And over the past few weeks, these volunteers have received training on electoral procedures, so they will be able to spot any type of irregularity on voting day. There have also been a series of online video tutorials. The NGO Sandık Başındayık also urged voters to stay in the polling stations after they cast their ballot, so it wasn't just representatives from the different political parties overseeing the vote. And many have bypassed Turkey's block on Twitter to share their observations on the microblogging platform. Some claim to have witnessed voters in certain parts of the country being pressured to vote for the Prime Minister's Justice and Development Party, the AKP. Lebanese activists have launched a Facebook campaign in support of the many Syrian refugees in Lebanon who are facing racism. Ordinary citizens have been using the No to Racism keywords, posing with a sign rejecting discrimination towards Syrians. The movement was largely initiated in response to remarks made by certain Lebanese politicians commenting on the influx of refugees. There are now some 1 million Syrians living in Lebanon. The campaign is also targeting online racism and has already succeeded in shutting down the Neo-Nazis Against Syrian Refugees Facebook group. The page had already received warnings over hate speech. As Lebanese newspaper The Daily Star has reported, members of the group didn't hold back when discussing Syrian refugees, accusing them, amongst other things, of stealing their jobs. In this video posted online last year, Lebanese organisation The Anti-Racism Movement says traditional media outlets are also guilty of racism. They speak out against anti-Syrian sentiment and apologise on behalf of the people of Lebanon, saying sorry for the way they've been treating Syrian refugees who have already suffered enough and had to flee their own country. American web users have been posting under the LA Quake Twitter hashtag, commenting on Friday's 5.1 magnitude earthquake in Los Angeles, with dozens of photos showing how the tremors saw goods fall off supermarket shelves, for example. But some have poked fun at the panic-struck reactions posted online by sharing shots of the minimal damage caused by the quake, along with sarcastic comments like "Pray for Los Angeles" or "Never forget." NASA is asking the public to choose the style of its next spacesuit. The American Space Agency has shared 3 different designs on its website and is asking web users which one they prefer. Voters just have to worry about the outer layer, as these suits will only be used on Earth and in simulators, and have until the 15th of April to cast their vote. A prototype of the winning design should be complete by November. You might not see him straight away, but Momo the dog is in all these photos featured on the Find Momo blog. The project is the work of Canadian photographer Andrew Knapp, who gets his border collie to blend into all manner of busy urban landscapes or finds him clever hiding places out in the countryside. Gavin Free and Daniel Grucci, aka the SlowMo guys, are known for their incredible slow motion videos they post to YouTube. And here's their latest offering, a very unusual experiment to say the least. They set up and off a chain of 150 mousetraps and then filmed at 2,500 frames per second. No mice were involved in this experiment, but as we can see, it was a little painful for the guy that bravely set them off.